I'm on go, and I'm in that Bugatti, moving 200, giving pucks like who shot you?
Right guys, today I will show you how to do this animation inside After Effects. Basically Apple Maps UI style. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, you want to create a screenshot on the Apple Maps UI, or you can get a picture on the internet, look it up. But for me, I just made a picture on my phone and then recreated it in Illustrator, and then from there imported it with Overlord into After Effects. But as you can see, there are a lot of pictures, so you can just take one. They even Figma sites, and then take him and then get the SVGs, the assets, import in Illustrator, go from there. If you're interested in seeing how I did it exactly in Illustrator, you can drop it down in the comments. But for now, I'm only gonna go into the After Effects side, because the Illustrator is a whole other thing, even if it's in the Adobe suite. So first of all, just recreated everything, and what I basically made sure that these parts, the eclipse, the path are all separated, and that the background is just one screen, so I can replace it with my own map. That's basically it. And then I had to import it. At first, you know, because the Overlord plugin, I will also show you guys where to get it. It's the Overlord Battle X After Effects. And I saw recently they increased the prices. It's expensive as fuck now. Maybe I should make my own script for this as well. But it's $75. If you do it a lot, then it's worth it. I bought it a few months ago, but I still have problems with it. Problem because of After Effects in Illustrator has limitations, because in Illustrator, this is a vector file. Basically, you can go in and it never loses the resolution, you know. But if you go into After Effects and you zoom into a picture, it loses resolution because it's not a vector. And that's the whole problem. And you cannot have, this is so important guys, you cannot have clipping masks. Like with ChatGPT, I wrote a script. Basically, you can run at the top. I can drop in the comments if you guys are interested, but just ask ChatGPT. And then he cleans it up. So there are no clipping masks, only like layers like this. This is good. And what's also important, guys, what you need to know, everything has to be in one layer. Because if you have like subfolders, it doesn't import it. It's really limited, the Overlord plugin. I got it to work, but I want to recreate it and now show you guys how I did it. You want to open the After Effects file next to it. Also make sure you have the Overlord here. Also a little sneak peek. These are my new plugins. This plugin I just dropped a few days ago, and this got a massive update. I will talk about this later. So now check the Overlord. It has to be loaded on both. Like I had such problems with these programs. It's insane. I'm gonna select everything now. And then here in the Overlord plugin, this is basically pushed to After Effects. So we're gonna click on it, but nothing happens. This plugin is so buggy, it's actually crazy, man. I have to troubleshoot this now and then I will come back with the solution. Alright guys, I figured out what the problem is. I went into settings and basically disabled share usage and then I clicked disable app switching, and then it suddenly worked. So click on it and then you can see it spawns the layer here. Perfect. So now we're gonna go back into here and select everything again, even at the top, then push it. And as you can see, everything was pushed into After Effects correctly. This is perfect. Also, if you're interested in this file, I can also drop it, but the imported files will be in the After Effects project anyways on my Patreon down below. So now what we want to do, we want to fix this whole composition because it's not in the middle, everything is not right. So what we're gonna do is go to layer at the top, new, and make a null object. I'm gonna drag it in the middle of the layer. And also now what we need to find out is where basically the background is. And it seems it's maps 001. We're gonna drag this all the way to the top, and then we're gonna select all the other layers and parent it to the original one, because here is the middle, the exact middle. Then we can enable the proportional grid like this, and then put it into the middle like this. It's perfectly centered now. Now this is the labels, this is also from aescripts.com. Just gonna color it red, because I always like to make my matte layers completely red. Now the next step, what I want to do, we can remove the parent, is choose the song for this animation, and I already picked it out. I'm gonna show you, it's Bugatti from Pop Smoke. And we also need the lyrics. I already have it locally, so I'm gonna import it into After Effects. Also, if you're curious about this app switching I'm doing, it's a really good workflow tip. You just have to press Command and tab, and then you can switch through everything, or just with the mouse and then just go to where you want to be, then drag it in, drag it to the bottom. And I always like to make the music black. Now we're gonna go back to Firefox and then check the lyrics, and I already know which lyrics, which part I want. I want to do this, but I'm on go and I'm in the Bugatti, moving to Hottie. I basically want the phone to flip up. I mean, I could do this way more crazy, but it should be in the Apple style, nothing too crazy. It's more about simplicity, less is more in this style. So the phone will fly up, then the Apple Maps unlocks, you can see everything, and then it goes to the side, and then you see the full screen of the map, and then you drive with the blue ball, basically in the middle, you will see what I mean, over Dubai. I also need to grab an Apple Maps picture. So now I have the lyrics already prepared. Now I just need to position the music right. I'm gonna make it a composition longer. So turn the music down, it's too loud. Also, if you press L one time, you can change the audio levels, and if you press it 2 times, it exposes the waveform. That's what we want right now. This is where I wanted to start, and then I'm gonna press Shift Command D and then press Delete. Go to the front, drag it here, go composition settings, and then shorten it again to the same length I want. Now we can drag this also assets into music. It's perfect. Now the next step is what do we want? The Dubai map. So I'm gonna search for my program, Apple Maps, or it's just called Maps. Go to World Globe. Also the settings. What I like to do, if you have dark mode, it's better to use the light mode. I mean, it's also a nice look. It depends on what you want to achieve, but I want the light mode. So I'm gonna go to Dubai here, and also the look I like more, but it depends what you want. Maybe you can do something with the satellite, but the Apple Map style simplicity, you need to explore. I'm gonna zoom in. I want to animate is around Business Bay, Burj Khalifa, somewhere around here. Yes, this is good. Thing about, because I'm doing this off the cuff, this is freestyle. Like my idea is now you drive up here, then here, and this is like the part where he starts flexing. And you know, you could do so much here. You could do like 3D maps, but this is all too much. You don't want to go way too far here. You can also deselect weather because this is unnecessary, and the air quality index we don't need. So you can change everything how you want to make the map cleaner. And I'm also gonna go into the full screen, and then I will do a screenshot with Shift Command 3, because if you press Shift Command 4, you can select a certain portion of the screen, but we don't want that. We just want a full screen picture. So I'm gonna go into full screen, and now I'm gonna press Shift Command 3. Perfect. Escape it, quit it, go back into File, and it's here. I'm gonna drag it into the Assets folder, and I'm gonna call it Dubai Map. That's fine. So I'm gonna go into Photoshop, and I want to cut out the parts that are basically not map, so I can move around with it. This at the top. And there are a few ways you can do this, but how I like to do it is just like this, and then press Command T, move it into the middle, and then reduce the canvas size. Because there's also another way you could do, is if you select the crop tool. But the problem I find with the crop tool, you have to always use a number, and it's very restrictive. So what I found is even better. You go to Image, Canvas Size, and then you just reduce the height until it's hitting the right borders. So I'm gonna go, just to test it out, go with 0.8. But that's fine, man. We don't want to go too crazy. That's perfect. Now I'm gonna press, also by the way, if you want to know how I'm going all around here, is by pressing spacebar. This is the exact same in Illustrator, in Photoshop, I think in every Adobe program. You can do this without touching anything and just swiping it around. And also with Option, I can zoom in and out. So I'm gonna go to the top, export as save for web, and then make sure it's a JPEG because we don't need the transparency, just the high quality. Save it as a JPEG. Close this, then import it into After Effects, put the map inside. Now again, the matte comes into play, what I talked about in the beginning, because we want to put it one above, and then we can also color the map green. Now it's the map. Then for the track matte, we select maps. So now only the map is shown like this. Also what I want to do now is press right click, press transform, and then fit to comp width. So it's exactly on the sides, and we have the full maximum width of the map like this. Maybe I will change this down the line, but we will go with this. So I'm now gonna go to layer, new, and create a solid, make it completely white, drag it down, and this will be the same. And I will use this as a fill. So I'm just gonna call it fill. I'm just gonna keep it red. And as a matte, I'm also gonna select the maps, because this should be the reveal of the map. Yes, and I'm gonna press T, keyframe the opacity, go to 1 second, and then turn it down to 0. I'm gonna select the keyframes like this, go to the flow plugin. And also, by the way, I did a free drop of all these curves on my Patreon. You can just check it out here. It's a post from May 8th. Drop it into your flow plugin. Basically, you just have to put it here, and then you can import the library. That's good. So the easing I want to apply is the smooth L easing. I'm gonna preview it. It's perfect. Now I want to go to effects and presets, go on the Dubai map and add a fast box blur. This one, gonna scale it up and remove the proportional grid for now. I will use 20 for the blur radius, move it all the way to the front. Gonna go to 1 second, reduce it to 0. Okay, I made the same length and the same easing. Gonna close it down. Now I'm gonna create another layer and this will be the background. And I'm gonna make it all black, but I'm pretty sure I will change it down the line. Maybe to a lighter color so it doesn't interfere. Put it all the way to the bottom. Go to effects and presets and we're gonna add a fill. We can change the color. It would look a little bit better. Oh no, I'm gonna go with white for now. I'm gonna disable it so I have the transparency grid, but I don't want to forget it. So now the next step is I want to make a border of the phone so we can simulate the phone a little bit more. So I'm gonna go to the top, round the rectangle tool, and now just make an approximate circle of the whole thing. Just go to here like this. Perfect. Just selecting a fill color. The roundness gonna pull up to 30. I'm gonna drag it down so I see exactly what it fills up. Bottom. Go to the top, go to the anchor point tool and press command and double click on it. So the anchor point is in the middle, it's snapped. I'm gonna take it, drag it exactly in the middle. Perfect, snaps like this. Now what I wanna make sure that it overlays so the red is not visible anymore. So what I'm gonna do is put it to 100 and then click this keychain so I can change both of these values manually. Now change it to the stroke and the stroke will be fully black for now. I'm gonna pull this all the way to the top and remove the fill color. It's now also perfect. I'm gonna go back. Now, but I just realized it looks even better. This will be the border. I'm gonna press Command D and then put the fill color to red and remove the stroke. And this will be the screen. I'm gonna rename it screen. I remove the background again. Pull the screen down all the way. And I can delete the maps and the fill and the Dubai will now be bound to the screen. Because the top part still shows through, this one has to be masked to the screen. I want to avoid masking everything to it because then it would be a little bit overkill. So now we're gonna check manually and also this maps 11 also has to be masked to the screen. And I'm gonna rename important stuff. Also I just realized the search bubble somehow got corrupted. Also another quick tip, to reveal all the properties you just have to double press UU, then you're gonna see everything and now you already see it has two paths. I'm gonna check what is the problem. It's the fill, no it's not. Overlord is trash for this. So what I'm now just going to do is to select the Eclipse tool, select the layer and just go as near as possible. Go to the top, select the Eclipse tool, scale in as much as I can. I'm gonna press Shift. And now again, spacebar comes in handy as fuck. Now what you can do, you can drag it around, make a circle and drag it around. This is exactly what I want. So I will align it to the side like this, drag it down, boom. Now what I'm gonna do, I will go into the Eclipse, change the color to the color of the background. I'm gonna scale back, that's good. And we can rename this to search icon. It's way too much layers anyways. So now a big part of the animation we wanna do and is about the ball here. And here are a few issues that have come up because of Overlord, but it's no problem. Because now what I want to do is go back into the Illustrator file, open it up. Now we will see the benefit of Illustrator again, because now we can zoom into here and it never loses detail. It's crazy. That's the good part about it. So what I'm gonna do now, put it into the border so I have every space. Shift Command 4 and now I have a selector. I'm gonna go here to the exact bottom right. Select it, go to the bottom top left. Back in the downloads, drag it into here, and this will just be blue ball. Import this into After Effects, put this into Assets, Pictures, because now what we have to do is find out where this ball is. Pretty sure it's relatively high up, yes. It's the last two layers. So this we can just put to the top here, and we now need to create a null object, layer, new, null object, then drag this exactly in the middle of the ball, like this, snap perfectly, and this will be the ball control. Also make this blue, so all of them are blue, so you directly know, okay, this is about the ball. Also this, and this is just the example, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna do the example down below, scale it down so you see everything. Put it to the right, even to the middle. What I want to do now is select the ball control. Okay, first of all, we have to parent it to the null object. And then we will rename this. This is the ball and this is the light. It's fine. I'm going to select the scale, scale it up. And if you're curious how I can do it so fast, is with shift, and with command it's slow, and if you do it normally, it's normal speed. You need to scale it up. Gonna go back into full screen, take this, and we're gonna approximately overlay it. So I'm gonna go here and select the pen tool, deselect everything, go here, press exactly in the middle of it, then scale out. Gonna make a selection here, make it a little bit big, this is good. Go to here, make another one, and let it connect, and then you have to figure out how it will look, how it should. It's the first one, it's the second one, perfect. It's good. I'm gonna call this the light, and we're gonna change the fill color to linear gradient, then go into it. And this color is already blue, but let's say you don't have the colors yet. Can you do this at the bottom? This is the finished object. This is how it should look, you know? So what we need to do now is select the light, go to the fill, and now what you see is these two balls, and this is exactly what we want. This ball has to be at the bottom, we can do this here, and this one has to be at the top. And we have to go back in and click on this portion at the top and make this, the opacity 0. It's exactly what we want, so it goes into nothing. And also the color, we're gonna color pick the ball itself. And the color from them is a little bit different, I just realized. Okay, so we're gonna change it. Just gonna click onto here, onto my example. We can already see it looks better. So now what we're just gonna do is replicate the exact look, put it side to side. Have to go from here. Again, the thing is when you click on it normally you do not see the two balls. So you have to click on it and then they will magically appear here. Enable the background, make it fully white. Disable the proportional grid. Also what I saw, it's from them, the fallout is much faster. We're gonna put the fallout basically to 80%. I'm gonna go back and drag this down. This is perfect. I'm gonna take the ball and the light, again make it both blue, and parent the light to the ball. Put it into the middle of the composition. Perfect, scale it down to 250. Add a natural flicker of the light. And what I need to achieve first is make sure the anchor point of it is exactly in the middle. That's perfect. And now I will press R, and what I need to make sure is that it rotates like this. Perfect. I'm gonna press Option, left click on rotation. I'm gonna type in wiggle this, and I'm gonna type 2,2. Check this. As you can see it perfectly, I'm gonna showcase it to you guys. It's basically what it does. As you can see, it's basically snatching from here and here, but you can change it, the values, but this is exactly what I like. Because you always have to know in motion design, if you notice it with the naked eye, it's too much. Like it has to be subtle, but it still has to be there. I'm gonna put the background to the bottom again. Also, I find the border is not big enough. I'm gonna put it to 10. Now we want to start animating. The Dubai map, we have to change a little bit up the parenting, because this should move, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to, like you would do a screen recording and then put it there, but we just have to play with some tricks. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go to Effects and Presets and add CC Reptile, then the expand to 1500. Copy this into every single other entry, like this. What I wanna do is, in the beginning, it should be a scale in. So the scale will be exactly here, and then we can go to 2 seconds, and then it should be scaled in. Yes, also make a keyframe for the position and the scale. I'm gonna go forward, make sure everything lines up. This will be the starting point. It's gonna go here, scale in a little more. Yes, and we're gonna start the drive here on this point of this Al Akka road. Exactly, that's good. So now I want to select both of these and add some easing onto it. Also what I want to do is split positions, separate the dimensions, because then we have much more control, like this. And I'm gonna go with the delay in. Really like this look. It's exactly what I want to go for. This is a very smooth reveal. So my plan is now, the ball and the light, I'm gonna put it into the border again, will be the main part of the whole animations, you know what I mean? So what do we want to do? Also we have to make sure that both of these are inside the border, so I will go to the light and as a matte, again select the screen. And then for this also animate the scale, rotation, press U to reveal the keyframe properties and also the position, and also split the dimensions, so we have much more control over it. And also the easing is much cleaner like this, because especially when we want to use the bounce, it looks much better like this. Set the track matte for the ball, should also be the screen. And we're gonna make it big as fuck. 1500 and rotation here, and then go to 2 seconds. I'm gonna rotate it 2 times. I'm just gonna check how it looks. Scale it down exactly how I want it and make sure it faces the road. That's perfect. Now I'm gonna, okay, what I just realized, man. We don't want to keyframe the position, but this is for something down the line. For now, we're gonna remove the position and apply some easing onto it now. Okay, it's too much rotations. We want only 1. Also, the ball and the light, I'm gonna move down above the fill. Okay, it's way too slow. So now what I will do, I will go to the plugin bouncer and select rotation and use overshoot like this. And so what I want to do is now, to make this all cleaner, is go select the rotation, go at the top on the bouncer plugin. It's also a useful plugin I recently discovered, but I'm currently in the works of developing something much better. Like, I already published stylization and SRT importer, because what my goal basically is, I want to replace all the tools I'm using currently and make them all my own and make them better and improve on them. If I find something, if I run into a problem, for example with the overload plugin, I can just make it myself, make it better. But for now, I'm gonna recommend you guys use the bouncer plugin, or as in the last video with the animation composer, but with the bouncer you just have more control. So I'm gonna select the rotation, and here also rotation, overshoot plus, and then bounce it. You can check. It's exactly what I want. It overshoots basically, that's perfect. And scale, check out how it looks. It's perfect. Enable the motion blur, select all the layers. Okay, we can do much more movement here. I'm gonna do 1 more spin. Okay, it actually looks crazy, man. So I will do it like this. Okay, that's good. So now what I want to change before I animate the whole interface, guys, I want to animate the whole phone. You could make this much more crazy. I will also show this in the next video. I have plans for Element 3D, like the one tutorial you guys are waiting for. This will come later down the line. But now what I want to do is animate the phone itself. So for this, I'm gonna press right click and make a new null object and put it into the middle. And this will be the phone itself. You can make this purple, whatever you want. It's in the middle, put it to the top, and now select everything at once, but not the background, not the music. But what you need to make sure is to deselect the things that are already parented, like the light and the search. Why is the search even parented? It's wrong, man, wait. Okay, select everything and then deselect the light, and all these other things should be parented to the phone. Perfect. I'm gonna make a keyframe for the rotation, for the scale, and for the position. Press U to reveal the keyframe properties, also split the dimensions and put this forward, and then check out what looks good. My original plan is also to make the phone bigger. So what I would do to achieve this now is to flip it to the side to -90 and then just scale it up. I mean, we could keep it simple, you know. I'm just freestyling this, guys, but this is how the best results come out. Just have to practice. So what my end goal is, I want it basically to go over the border. Yes, this is how it should be in the end stadium. This, and then I will just remove these sides, and then the animation will just play out like this. So this will be at 4 seconds, but we don't want everything at once. So what we're gonna do is scale this down, save it, so nothing gets lost, and purge the cache. This is so important, guys. You know, I'm already, right now I have a big freelance project where it's many different ads. And if you don't do this, it's like with ChatGPT. If you keep the chat for too long, it starts hallucinating. After Effects also starts hallucinating. If you do this, like I had sometimes jump scares because I didn't clear it. You have to clear it always, especially when you run the motion blur. I'm just gonna disable it because it takes a lot of power. Okay, this is perfect. I removed the rotation, just made sure it scales out. I could even do a little bit more. Put it to here to 250 and apply the delay in. Go back into the map, select the keyframe properties and remove the parented null of the phone. It moves completely freely, like this. And also the ball and light, or like only the ball, I want to remove also. Go back into it and put the scale to 2500. That's perfect. Now what I want to do, it's still not finished, this is only the beginning, because now I will animate the text and all bunch of other shit. This will be very sick, guys. Just freestyle. And I'm gonna drop way more videos. I was very busy in the last few months with coding, with freelance project, with traveling. Also, if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends to share the knowledge. If you're curious about this project file from this exact project, check down in the description on my website. There's my Patreon where all my project files are linked, and also where you can find all my plugins I'm developing, my private community. So let's get back to the animation. So now what I want to do is animate the interface of the phone, which is optional, but I want to do it. So what I'm just gonna make it full, remove the motion blur, is go to the phone, press U to reveal the keyframe properties, go to the point where no movement is at all, then select the top bar, press P, then separate the dimensions. I'm just gonna keyframe the Y position, move it a little bit forward, and then go up. Again, I'm gonna do this with command, so I can see exactly when it's overboard. It's perfect. And also all these other things I want to select and make sure the positions are also separated. So we're all gonna do everything at once. Keyframe the Y position everywhere, pull this, select all of them, push them back, and just, you can select all of them. And now what I'm gonna do is press on the keyboard and move them up. Basically move them all up like this, and until they're gone, is select everything here. Of course, not the one I already have. And go to the screen and boom. So go back, open all these up, and we can colorize this again. So we have differentiation. So this is the top, that's just gonna make it yellow. I'm gonna select all of them, press U, and add some easing onto it, like always. Put them into the front, then check what looks best. Mostly I like the smooth L easing, it's the best one I ever made. Like this, and we could basically just do it for everything now, but what I want to achieve is a staggered look, like always. So it looks way more smooth. Okay, this looks trash because it's the wrong order. So what I'm gonna do is select everything again of the maps, and I can also change the name of these so it all will be more simpler. This is the time, cellular, Wi-Fi. This is battery. That's the notch of the battery. So what I'm gonna do again, if it's the same layer, just parent it to the main one, so there's no confusion. Select all of these and also go to this and remove the position because it's already animated via the other one. Select all of them. This is the inside, this is the charge. So I'm gonna rename this, and this is just battery. So only battery 2 animates all of them. That's exactly what I want. And the charge I will animate so it folds up. So I'm gonna take the anchor point and snap it like, normally because I have the snapping on, it would snap all over the place. But if I press command, I can move it manually, and I will put it exactly onto this point. I'm gonna press scale, press this notch again, unlock it, keyframe, move it to the back. Now I can animate the build up. So I'm gonna do this to 0, and then it will fold up. Perfect. Also add some easing. And for this, I'm gonna use the smooth R easing. It's basically exact same perfectness like the smooth L, but just exactly reversed. And what I want to do, no, I will do it exactly on the Bugatti. It should scale up, so it will look like this. Perfect. So now I want to animate all the batteries. Remove the battery to the top. It doesn't fuck anything up, that's good. So now I'm gonna go to Animation Composer and go to Edit and stagger descendingly. I'm gonna put this to 1 second. Check out if it looks good. Okay, I find it a little bit too slow, so I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna change the easing from these to make it a little bit faster. Let's maybe go with the in ramp. Is I'm gonna take the delay in. That's good. Now we're gonna go down and animate the rest. So these are basically the bottom elements. Just gonna scan all of them. So these and these I'm gonna colorize just purple. And this is the menu. But again, you could do so much shit here, guys. It's incredible. You could animate the numbers going from 0 to 16 or some shit, but I'm not gonna do that. But what I think I'm going to do is animate the search and put in Dubai. So what I want to do now is create a text, and now my plugin comes into play. TXT. I also have instructions here. You can find all of the things, but we want to select a single text layer. So we're gonna press here, single text layer, and it always takes your last settings. So that's the previous text I had. I'm gonna change it to Dubai and change the font to Proxima Nova. As you know, this is the Apple font. Gonna go with medium, and this button, what it does, basically takes the text and puts it into the middle. Perfect. This is what the plugin should do. And I'm now gonna showcase also what the plugin, like the main function of it, because we need it now. If you press A, you create a center text layer. If you press on the knife, you can slice by words. If you click normally on it, we want to split by characters. So we want to press Shift and left click on it. And also you have the option to delete the original. But for now we don't need it. Scale it down where it has to be. Make sure the colors line up. It's crazy how bad the quality gets because it's not a vector anymore, you know. Select this, make sure it's regular, because it's also regular. But what I'm thinking about is maybe making this a little bit more apparent. So you know, okay, somebody typed it in. I'm even gonna go a little bit more bold here. Just make it black, just play around with it, and then we will see what looks best. Also just realized the text scale is way too high, like 200, center it. Perfect. Grab it, put it onto here, make sure we're on the right place. And in Illustrator, you could just prepare this in Illustrator. For example, I already changed my name, but Francesco in Illustrator. So it's up to you how you want to do it. So these are all the same. So again, we can make one color for this. Just gonna make it this orange. So if you're curious how I got all these colors, it's basically the Google material I downloaded on the internet. It shows custom, but it's not. So again, we're gonna take all of this and parent it to the original one, and this will be just the weather. Make a position keyframe here, drag it to the back, go when it's still, drag it to the side. We don't even have to separate, but if you want to make a bounce animation, then it's better if you separate it. Then you have way more control over everything. And all of these things I'm now gonna parent to the menu bar because they're all moving with the menu anyways. So again, keyframe the position, go to the front, move it down, press keyframe assistant and time reverse keyframes. Now I want to animate the text. So the search maps, call it search, go to animation composer, go to text presets, text, characters. And the problem in Animation Composer is, okay, let's just say we're gonna go with this one. The problem is you cannot control how fast it comes in. It's one way just, but if you splice it up with my plugin, you have to control over every single character or word. It depends how you wanna do it directly. So I'm gonna change the color so it fits. And I'm gonna go to this point, and now I'm gonna go onto the knife and press Shift, left click. And now every single word or character we have as a layer. It's exactly what I want. So now we go reorder everything. It's perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is add, we don't even have to use the text. We can just use the overshoot position again and just animate it from the bottom. Then go here, and now you can see I can animate each of these characters on their own. Can just drag it out, up the bounces, put it up, but it's way too much for text. To 50. Perfect. And now if you want, you could animate it so it flies differently, you know? You have much more control like this. So that's what it's all about. So what I want to do is animate all of these layers, the search, the map. So I want to make sure this the bar, and all of these letters, the track mat and also of the search icon should be the mat, should be the bar, you know? It looks like this. Perfect. Parent to 1 again. This is the name. Parent this to the name, and these are both of these. I'm just gonna again to the menu only animate. The search bar should have the same like the text, so I'm just gonna go preset and copy it, and copy like this, and then look like this. What I now want to do also is make sure the menu bar has easing applied. Check here, go to the flow plugin, and I'm gonna add the smooth L easing. Check how it looks. Now the weather, smooth L easing as well. So all of these are just the top orientators, and these, again, we're gonna select all of them and make sure the bottom, what is it? Okay, they're all separate. So I'm just gonna call this one map, it's fine. Some random ass color. I'm gonna go with pink and parent all these to the map, then press P on the map and select the position, go a little bit back, drag it outside, and also make sure the same easing is applied. That's also now dealt with. I want the search icon to pop out here already, and then the text. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sync the do by exactly on how he says it, but we're still gonna animate the lyrics We could animate the lyrics inside this bar, but I'm not gonna do it for now. But it's just an idea for you guys. You could animate it here and put the Bugatti and then on the sides, but I wanna keep it consistent. So now I synced up what he basically says with the text so now it looks, it's like the small details, but it looks much better now. You guys know what I mean. When it goes in, it should remove all these side things. I think I'm just gonna reverse it. Just take the weather, take the keyframes, copy it, reverse it, boom, and apply the smooth aliasing. Also sync this up with the music. I'm gonna take the top bar of the map, do the exact same, reverse it. Now the only thing is the menu, which is still there, but we also want to copy, reverse it, apply smooth aliasing. Now we have the groundwork. Go back Firefox and open the lyrics. Now again, make a text layer with stylization and animate the bottom on go. This we're gonna make it black for now. And we're gonna use the Clash display font. No, I'm just gonna make the whole thing semi-bold. I want a line break here, but I'm on go. Now I have to go into the settings. And what I wanna do is it's left aligned. Put it here. So we're gonna scale it up 250. Now I'm gonna make it 200 and make the butt big. I find these are a little bit too far away, so I'm gonna change it to 150. And again, anchor point in the middle, like this, perfect. So I'm gonna put it to here. And I'm gonna parent the text to the phone. Now I'm gonna go to my plugin again, and now I'm gonna press it one time. So now it's split by words, perfect. Can delete the original one, and now we will press U again to check the keyframes. Go to on 2 seconds, select all of the text layers, press P or separate the dimensions like this, and I want to keyframe the X position now. X position everywhere. This is the final position. You can move it a little bit back, and I'm gonna do plus 700. Take this, copy it onto all of them, perfect. And also what I want to apply is go to effects and presets and add the fast box blur. This on the first one, just press U to reveal the keyframe properties. And oh no, before press T, opacity, press U to reveal the keyframe properties. Move the opacity also to the front where it's the final form keyframe. Also move this to the front. What I want to do is move the position back. Now put the blur radius to 25, opacity to 0. Take these keyframes to the front, back. So what we're gonna do now is check the animation on the first one, dial it in, and then apply it to the rest. We're gonna take the flow plugin, blur radius 22, 30, put the smooth aliasing. Okay, perfect, I dialed it in. Now I'm gonna copy it to all of the other layers. Now what I wanna do is make the text disappear. And for this I'm gonna make a keyframe for the opacity, then press Command, click on it to remove the easing, then go forward a bit and put the opacity to 50, then to 75, and then 25, and then 100 again, and then 0. This will be a little bit slower. Like this, that's fine. And I'm just gonna copy it on all the other layers to make it fade out. Animate the rest, and we can also make sure to cut the layers when they end, so nothing is confusing here. What I'm gonna do is I will do 3 text layers. Put the first one will be only end, like this. Make sure everything is centered. These 2 we can mute for now to the end, and this will be the end. What I'm gonna do is go to character, make sure it's caps, go to properties and just make it bold. And I'm gonna go with difference as the blending mode. Slice by characters now, press shift and on the knife. Perfect. This we can use another color, maybe orange. Delete the original, you can just take this. I'm gonna go to animation composer, take the overshoot position and take from the top this, and I will change this to -200, bounces to 2, check how it looks. Make sure there's a little bit of spacing. Also what I'm gonna do is go back to the browse and add the Gaussian blur and fade east and change the blur to, I'm gonna take 10 and copy this to the other layers. This is much faster than the other way. This, and I'm gonna do the I'm in that. For this I'm gonna use the right aligned one and make sure it's like that. Change it to semi-bold, center in the middle. I'm gonna make it smaller. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Put it to here. Also make sure everything of this is parented to the phone again. Before I will animate this, I will use the Bugatti, this blue, and check how it looks. For the end, I need the same fade out again, so I'll copy it. So now we want to animate the I'm in that. Again, slice it by words now. Perfect. Reposition everything. For this, I'm gonna animate the position first. Make a keyframe here. Separate the dimensions again. Okay, this I'm gonna animate so it comes out of the phone. So I'm gonna put the X position, make a keyframe here, and then move it inward into the phone, into the middle. And that's what I'm gonna do for all of the text layers now. Put these forward, then take these and move these inside the phone. Perfect. Also gonna select all these layers and use the track mat, the screen, and click on this button so it's reversed. Perfect. Go back up here, copy the fastbox blur and the opacity I had before. Again, I'm gonna test it out on the first one and go to the bouncer plugin and bounce the position. Okay, it's a little bit too extreme, the blur, so I'm gonna pull it back. It's good. So we'll copy this again, crazy guys, to here and move everything. You also apply the same, much shorter, because the length of the keyframes basically decide how fast it comes in, how much it bounces. Because if you keep it long, but it always depends on the amount, but if you keep it too long, it's like a fucking grandma. Okay, now we want the Bugatti, and this I'm gonna, okay, I have an idea, man. I'm gonna do it -90, put it to the side, make sure it's centered, put it into the middle, select the position, drag it to the left, do it like that. Select Shift and press on the knife, so it's split by characters. Color this blue because it's blue, and I will do the same as I did before. But now it's even more simple because now we can select all of them at once. Okay, wait, I'm not gonna separate the dimensions because maybe it's unnecessary for this workflow. Select all of them, move them inside into the middle, and then apply the bounce position. Grandma time. Perfect, this is exactly what I want. Now I will take the blur and opacity, copy it again, grab it, paste it on the new one. Now we're gonna review how it looks. Too much. Okay, I like it like this. Take it and now paste it on all the other layers. Perfect. Now again, grab all the text, go to track mat, go all the way down to the bottom, select the screen. Right now we have to make sure that everything looks clean. Also, we have to switch it again so it's visible. Perfect. Now we're gonna stagger it as well. Go to Edit, Animation Composer, stagger ascendingly, stagger a lot more. Okay. Now we have the power again and we can control every single text layer at once. It's perfect. This was exact like 1 month ago. Yes, I had also a lot of projects, but 1 month ago I recorded this video and then I thought to myself, man, you need a fucking plugin for this, man. And then I created the plugin, learned how to code, did all this shit. So now we have absolute control over the text. So we can split this up because he says Bugatti. Perfect. Okay, one thing to put it to medium. I don't like this font at all for this. So I'm thinking about changing it out to another one. I'll keep this for now, but the end, maybe. Yeah, so we'll do Drama Gothic. I like the font also. It's a little bit crazy because it takes up way more vertical space and it's way more condensed, so we can scale it up. And it looks like the text gets shot out of the end. It's also a little bit sick. Okay, but I want to make it a little bit smaller. 25. To play around a lot, man, and then see really what looks best. There's no definite way for this. But I'm showing you all the techniques how to execute it, so it's a lot of value, guys. What I'm now gonna do, I want to inverse the background or make a flicker. So what I'm gonna do is press right click and I'm gonna need a new adjustment layer. And this is like a flicker. This should make the text disappear. Hue and saturation. Now I wanna press T and make a keyframe on the opacity. Go 1 forward, make it to 0, and now the critical part. I'm gonna change the keyframes to toggle hold keyframes. Also make the whole layer shorter with Shift Command D, delete it, and add one more. So basically these keyframes operate, there is no dynamic movement between the keyframes. It's just the keyframe comes and it holds until the next one and then it switches to the next value. Okay, what I basically did, put the lightness to 100 and then flickered it over the hi-hats. And what am I gonna do now with every flicker, text gets removed. So first the I'm, then in, then that, and then Bugatti. Okay, I want to keep the Bugatti. But what I want to make sure now that this only affects the text. So to achieve this, just gonna create a simple solid, make it red like this, and make sure it's exactly over the screen. Go to 2 seconds, -90, scale it up, make sure it's only over the phone. You can call this screen mat. Make sure the track mat is the screen mat, and also make sure this is parented to the phone. Okay, I don't like that it also flickers the Bugatti, so what I'm just gonna do is make it bigger and make sure it just separates the phone from the text. Perfect, so I'm gonna preview now, check if everything looks right. Gonna purge the cache again, it's important. So now what I want to do is animate the map and the dot in the middle. So I'm gonna go select the Dubai map and the ball. Where is it? Perfect. Because everything is now ready, the only thing I want to animate is these two, and then it's finished. Also, you know, because all these animations, the Dubai, you don't really see there's way too much action. So what I'm gonna do, take the Dubai, where is it? Dubai, no, it's not here. I'm just gonna make sure it's one clean animation, because right now it's too crazy. I'm just gonna take all of them. Okay, that's all good. Now animate the map. You know what we could do, what I wanted to do originally, but I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, is you could basically create a track like this and then run along, but it's not working like this, you have to do a line. Basically create, you could even make like maps, locations, you could create a line where it drives along. I can do this later, but for now I just wanted to focus with a ball in the middle and it just drives along. Didn't want to do it too crazy, but that's what I could do down the line. If you're more interested in it, drop down in the comments below if you want part 2 where I also animate the line so it drives along a line. The end goal, of course, is so it drives along this road. So what I'm gonna do now is just position the whole map here. I want it to end up like on this road, driving along. But to get there, we have to animate this first to go to here. So what I'm gonna do now, I also have to take into account the rotation. I'm gonna press right click, make a null object, and this will be the rotation for the map. Just call it road, make it green, parent the map to it. It's just rotation. Make sure this is straight, or we can even make it, yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. Gonna enable the proportional grid, make sure he's driving exactly straight up. And then I'm also gonna parent the ball to it, to the rotation. So both of them are moving up. Make sure it's in the middle of the composition, the anchor point. So now make keyframes on the position. You really have to play around here. There's no definite way to do it. This, and then we want change the rotation to here. I'm gonna change the rotation of the ball here. Rotation. This point, make sure it always looks forward. All right, that's perfect. Now I want also a little bit of the scale, so it scales up in the end. No guys, this is good at that. You know guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. I could freestyle a little bit more, but I still have to continue my other stuff I have to do, and I want to create new videos with new effects. I have a lot new videos planned, but if you have any suggestions about any effect, if you see anywhere on the internet any edit, comment down below, send me the link, give it to me. I can show you exactly how they do it. I can break down every technique. Just gonna drop what you want, but I also have a lot of topics I want to show you guys, and this is what I'm gonna do in the next. So that's what you guys can look forward to. But for this animation, like the only upgrade, like what I would do if I would, like I can give you some ideas how I would continue this. I would make this 3D, but I already know this will be a whole lot more work because this is only 2D right now. And you could introduce like a blue line where it's basically the Apple Maps line where it's blue in the middle and it's light blue at the sides. It also looks very clean. Sutox did this a lot, and you can also use like pop-ups. But I don't want to do it too crazy, and I focus more on the phone animation and on the ball animation, and I showed you guys very nice techniques. So this is how it looks now. Check it out.
But I'm on go, man, I'm in that Bugatti, moving 200, giving pucks like who shot you?
So that's the video guys. If you're interested in this project file, check down in the description on my website, on my Patreon. It will be linked down below. Also link on my website where you can find both these plugins, stylization and also SRT importer, which is important when you want to import SRT files perfectly lined up. And also I showcased stylization, so if you're interested, check down the description. I just dropped it like 2 days ago. And if you have any ideas on implementations I should put in there, just write on my email and I will implement it. Over time, I'll give you direct feedback, also support. There's links here to my website where you can check everything out. The stylization, SAT importer, and my private community. Also check it out. Like one thing that's on my list I want to improve stylization is the align point. It should be more robust because right now it works on layers, on text objects, but it does not work on 3D layers. I have to go more into the code because coding in After Effects, it's crazy, guys. Like I learned so much. If you also have questions about it, you can DM me on Instagram, on anywhere in my social media, also in comments, I can help you guys. But it's crazy. It's like coding in After Effects is in Extend Script 3 and it's basically JavaScript, but it's very limited inside After Effects and many things you cannot do, and it's very old. It's like from 1990 or some shit. But you just have to do the best in these limitations. All these crazy plugins like Red Giant, they all use SDK, C++, but that's a whole nother level. But I want to do this later down the line. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, got some value from it, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends. Also check down in the description. Bye guys.